Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversation and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you in your different time zones around the world and across the country. Here we are once again. It's Thursday, and it's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday morning, though, in London at 1 a.m., 3 a.m. in Israel, and it's 9 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. Everyone is up and at 'em, and I want to thank you so much for being along with us. The name of the show is called Talk Back Live, and of course, we're here every Thursday at this time. We get together each week. It's a family program, so everyone's invited, and we invite you to come along as well. And in the show, we contain a lot of conversation, and we get you involved in the conversation as well. All you have to do is apply yourself. Now, if you want to get involved in the conversation, all you have to do is let your fingers do the walking, right? And I mean walking over those keyboards that you have there on your computer, on your, I don't know, your telephone, your cell phone, you have a keyboard there, and also an iPad, and of course, all of those other devices that you may use to watch us. Well, anyway, all you have to do is let your fingers pound on the keyboards, pound on the keyboard. Say what you have to say through that, and I will see you right there on the big screen. And of course, I will entertain all of your thoughts and ideas. The purpose of the show, okay, is free exchange of opinions and of ideas, and everyone has them, and you're invited to come along and express yours as well. For all of you who have been around for a long time, you already know what the show is all about. But for all of you who are brand new to us, maybe you're brand new to us. When we start the show, I started off. And while I'm starting it off, you can get things rolling, as I said, join the conversation by using your keyboard. We come on 3 different places. We have 3 different platforms that we broadcast on. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And each one of those platforms will get you around. It doesn't matter where you go. We're on the go everywhere. We're all around the world. We're global. And of course, no matter where you go, as long as you're in a place where you have great Wi-Fi and a hotspot, except of course, if you're in the desert or something, that's, I guess, you can kind of figure that out. You're not going to get anything there. But other than that, we are broadcasting everywhere, so you can tell your family and friends about it. As a matter of fact, I urge you to do that. And if you're watching us on Facebook, take the time to tag this show to your friends right now. While we're live, we're getting started right now. Do that right now, because we really would appreciate that, right? They'll see that tag coming from you, and they'll click onto it, and it brings them right to us wherever we are right now here on Facebook. Okay, that's all you have to do. And so get busy and do that right away. We really appreciate that effort from you. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, all right? Okay, I always encourage you to go to my YouTube channel. Go there right away right now. And you can be able to, as a matter of fact, do it. You can do it right now. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. We want you to do that because the reason why is because we want to see how many people are following us, and you know, what kind of people are following us, and all of those things that are coming along. We also give you the opportunity to know that whenever we come on live or any other activities involved on the website, it gives you that instant notification right there. It'll pop right up there, because a lot of people will say, you know, let's say for instance, next week, you have all intentions of tuning in the show, but you kind of forgot about it, right? You know, but if you're online, you'll see that pop up and it reminds you right away. And all you have to do is click onto it, and it brings you right there. So that's all it takes. So please do that right away. It costs you nothing at all. No money involved, no nothing involved. All you have to do is just click onto it, and it's right there for you. Now, for those of you who are watching us on Instagram, you don't have to do anything special, but just keep the word going along. Let your family and friends know that we're out there. And for you YouTubers, not you YouTubers, but you Facebookers and your Instagrammers, let me explain something to you. You can do something that the people on YouTube does, or should I say Facebook. For Facebook people, they tag their friends. They tag this show to their friends. You guys on YouTube and Instagram, all you have to do is you could do basically the same thing. It's a different way to do it, though. All you have to do, whatever platform you're watching us on, cut and paste that platform. All right, cut and paste it. When I say cut and paste the platform, that doesn't mean cut and paste the platform. Platform. Golly, man, what's happening here today? But I would say cut and paste the link to the platform that you're on. How about that? Is that better? Okay. And all you have to do is paste it and send it to your friends as well. You can send it to as many people as you like. The more, the merrier. If they like what they see, if they like what they hear, of course, they'll come back again and again. And of course, they'll know that notification is coming from you and they'll click on to it. So that's all you have to do. We've got a lot of things to do today, of course, in conjunction with interacting with you. We also have our normal thing that we do around here. For instance, coming up this particular half hour, right on the show here, Brian Camp will be around with us, and he's going to bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And he's got a lot to talk about. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to let him start the conversation, and I'm just going to join in with him on that one. But there's a lot of sports to be talked about. There's baseball, there's basketball, there's football, and anything that you want to talk about too. And by the way, if you happen to have any questions that's sports related, please take the time and ask him. He'll be right here with you. Those of you who are watching us on Instagram, you won't get a chance to see him as the people do on Facebook and YouTube. You know, we're on a screen, you could see him there. You'll hear him, but you won't be able to see him. But you can still ask the questions and still talk to him just the same. And of course, he will answer all the questions that you have that are sports related. So we got all of those things coming up. And thank you again for being along. Remember that all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, Talkback Live, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, YouTube, or Zoom, or any other publication or social media outlet. So let's get rolling right away and let's get started. We want to say hello to all of you guys who are coming in. We want to say hello to Barbara out there from Las Vegas. Barbara, thanks for coming in. I thought about you just the other day, as a matter of fact. So I'm glad to see that you're back. And of course, I don't have to wonder if you're doing well. You're in a nice place in Las Vegas. Everybody does well in Las Vegas. So I want to thank you so much for being along. And for the rest of you guys as well, thank you for being with us and coming in on the show. We want to say hello to each and every one of you. The weather, let's see, Vegas has the best weather right now. I can believe that. I'm not going to argue with you on that one. Definitely not going to argue with you on that one. They have the best weather. And I should be in the midst of all of that weather. I really should. I haven't been there in a long time. So it's time for me to get back and get started. And for you guys who are watching us on Instagram, I want to say hello to you just as well. And of course, YouTube, as I said, you could go on to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be great. I hope that you get a chance to do that. So many things are happening along, and here we are still in the month of October. I'm kind of jealous of Barbara because she has the nice warm weather. I'm a warm weather kind of person, but we don't have that here in New York. You know, we're starting to feel the chill now. People are wearing their winter coats and jackets now. And so what could I say? You have to take the bitter with the sweet. We have the 4 seasons here, but we are in the midst of October. And of course, we want to say that we got a few things that we're celebrating here. Do you know this, in this month of October, the whole month of October, right? We're celebrating Filipino American History Month. So all of my friends from the Philippines, all right, we want to celebrate with you. You know, we want to wish you a happy one. And of course, you may want to talk about what's happening in the Philippines. A lot of people who are in the Philippines right now, because we're there. We're broadcasting right there. And for those of you who are living here in America from the Philippines, we're going to say hello to you. Maybe you have some, I don't know, some kind of great activities going along, outdoor activities. I guess we could say we could still use a little outdoor stuff right now. It's not biting cold outside, but maybe you have some activities you want to promote wherever you are. And of course, you can talk about it here. We'll spin it off to a lot of people who are watching us right now. So let's continue to celebrate that. Also, we're celebrating Polish American Heritage Month. Everybody Polish? Who's Polish? Who's Filipino? All right. We want to celebrate all of those holidays, all of those things that are happening this month of October. All right. So again, for all of my people from Poland, thank you. And we're broadcasting in Poland too. And of course, if you have any activities that you want to talk about, anything at all, talk about it, or history about Poland, history about the Philippines, we'll talk about it right here. All right. Okay. Now, during this month of the whole month of October as well, we want to just lay this on because something I'm kind of like, I concern myself with people and their health and things like that. We all fall short in that department, but we do the best we can. But I just wanted to bring this out all month long. For the rest of this month of October, we are acknowledging Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, I don't have my pen. I really should have my pen. Does anybody can borrow a pen for me? You've probably seen that either pens or real ribbons, color pink, that you wear on your lapel or your sweater or something like that. Just to show your support. And I show my support because we have women in our lives. Men, we have women in our lives. We have our wives, we have our girlfriends, we have our nieces, we have our daughters. And all of these women we support, and we like to show the love to them as well. So let's keep that in mind. And just to also remind you that women always make sure that you get out there and see a doctor all the time. Whenever he wants you to see him, or he or she wants you to see them, make sure you're checked out really well. We want to avoid a lot of problems right in that department. Also, we've got National RSV Awareness Month. That's respiratory syncytial virus. And that's a virus that's it's a dangerous virus, and it usually attacks young kids, not all the time, but it can attack young kids before they reach the age of 2 years old. And not only that, it attacks anyone. It's a respiratory virus that you want to avoid as well. So make sure we stay on top of that. National RSV Awareness Month, and again, don't avoid seeing your doctor. I know it's a little scary sometimes. Sometimes everybody doesn't like to go to the doctor. You want to stay away from them, right? But it's a must that you do that. So you really should do that. Okay, anybody into Black poetry? Well, we're celebrating Black Poetry Day. Now it's right here. I've seen that, and some people are poets. And let's forget about all of that. If you're a poet or something and you have poetry right now, you want to talk about, you could, give me a list of your poetry. You got a lot of great talented poets. Well, it's a day for Black Poetry Day, Black Poetry Day. So we're celebrating that as well. And you can't make this stuff up. It's National Pasta Day. And you know something? It's before I came on the air tonight, I had my little pasta, right? There's all kinds of pasta. You have linguine, you have spaghetti, you have not linguine, you also have ravioli, all of those great pasta dishes that you like. You can choose your favorite. Tonight, I had a little linguine. I had linguine with clam sauce, with shrimp, and oh man, it was delicious. Oh boy. So anyway, that's National Pasta Day. That's what we're celebrating today. And also, since it's October, out from Germany, all of us, you don't have to be from Germany to love it, but it's Oktoberfest, right? So raise your beer, raise your cups. I know you guys out there in Las Vegas are not new to this kind of stuff. You don't even have to have Oktoberfest to raise your beer, right? You can do that anytime you want. But people do it all around the world. But this month, October, is Oktoberfest. And of course, we thank you for being along with us all and keep on celebrating too. Don't forget, your flu and COVID viruses, the flu and COVID virus vaccinations are available. All you have to do is go to your pharmacist and, let them know, that you would like to do that. And you could take it at the same time, or you could take one at one time and one at the other time, but you can take them both at the same time. All you have to do is go there and just say that you want to take the test, not the test, but the vaccination, right? And they'll be able to do that for you. So once you make that appointment, keep that appointment. It's the place nearest you. It's always nearest you. And don't forget, we have 19 days before that glorious day, that marvelous day, that election day. Get out there and vote. It's November 5th. That's the voting day. And right now in 39 states, they have early voting. We start our early voting here in New York on the 26th, which is on a Saturday, October 26th. And of course, you can do it by mail if you want to do it by mail as well. You don't have a lot of time. 19 days is not a lot of time, but get out there and vote. Let me tell you this, a singer who recorded two albums in the late 1960s and 70s before retiring from the music scene, later became the wife of Steely Dan's Dan Fagan. And Donald Fagan, I should say, died Sunday, and Fagan announced that on the Steely Dan website. Titus was the mother of songwriter and singer Amy Helm, whose father was Levon Helm, Titus's partner in the 60s and the 70s. Titus was most famous for her recording Love Has No Pride, and it was co-written with her by Eric Kaz, and there was no death given, no cause of death given. She was 77 years old. Sports came up, but we're going to do that right. And speaking of sports, I couldn't think of a better person to start delivering the sports from us. He was off for a while, but he's back with us now, and we're going to bring him on. His name is Brian Kemp. Brian Kemp comes out of Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where he's from, and that's where he's going to do the sports from. So if you have any sports related questions, please ask Brian. He'll be right here to give it to you. We've got a lot of things going on right now. I must say, I'm going to let you talk about it because you're up on it right now. Brian Kemp with sports. How you doing, Brian?
All right. Well, let's just cut to the chase. Let's get right to it. The Yankees seemed like they were doomed. It looked like it was going to be 2-1, but right now the Yankees came back as 4-3. They're in the top of the ninth inning, and it's no outs, and that's where we are. And the Cleveland Guardians brought their closer in the eighth inning.
Yeah.
The closer means he's going to shut him down. He was going to be required to pitch for 2 innings because he has not pitched in games 1 and 2 because the Guardians did not have a lead. But now it seemed like this game might be over, but the Yankees are batting in the top of the ninth, and we're going to just, we'll probably get a final hopefully before the show's over. But right now, let's go to Citi Field where the Mets are getting ready to start against the Dodgers for game 4. The Dodgers lead 2-1. The Yankees currently lead 2-0 in their series. So we don't know about this here Subway Series, but either way, it looked like the Yankees are going to play against their cross-time rivals, or they're going to go against their hated rivals in World Series play against the Dodgers. So we'll keep you abreast on everything. But good evening to you all out there who's out there tuning in nationally, globally, nationally, and locally. It is 52 degrees in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. It's been a brisk, cool day. Not frigid cold, but it's been a cool day. So, this is the time of the year where we celebrate the Fall Classic of baseball. The NBA is going to start next week. The WNBA is about to end. They had an exciting game last night. The NFL is at full force. So we're ready. And if some of you hockey fans like hockey fans is started already. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting during this time of the year, especially during Thanksgiving. Good evening to Barbara out there, and Mary, and to Mickey. Hope all is well with you. Thank you for joining in. I don't know if you joined in to see me, but either way, thank you. It's good to see you all out there. I'm going to start off with boxing. Mike Tyson doesn't expect Jake Paul fight to go to distance. Yes, they're going to fight. They're going to fight. Finally, they're going to fight November 15th. Now, Mike Tyson's 58 years of age, gearing up for his fight, like I said, November 15 against Jake Paul. Paul is the YouTuber who be on YouTube. He's fighting now, doing boxing matches. Mike Tyson has a record of 50 wins and 6 losses with 44 knockouts. Jake Paul is 10 wins and 1 loss with 7 knockouts. Now, Mike Tyson hasn't fought in nearly 2 decades, so it doesn't he doesn't expect this fight here coming up to last long at all, because Tyson says that if he doesn't have to catch him, to chase him around the ring, then he can expect a round 1 knockout. That's sound like Mike Tyson, because many of his fights don't last long at all. The fight will be live streamed on Netflix and takes place at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the home of the Dallas Cowboys. So that's where we're at. This day in sports, October 17th, 1885, baseball sets all players' salaries at $1,000 to $2,000 for the 1885 season. That's how much they made. Okay. 1927, Ban Johnson is failing health, retires as American League president. 1971, Major League Baseball World Series, Pittsburgh Pirates defeated the Baltimore Orioles in 7 games. Roberto Clemente was World Series MVP. I remember that game coming home from school. At that time, the World Series wasn't played at night. It was playing during the daytime. But I think the following year, if I believe, 1972 or 1973, that's when they started playing night games. So that's where they are. But in 71, I remember running home from school, and they was playing the World Series. 1976, the coldest World Series game 2 at Riverfront Stadium, the Reds defeated the Yankees 4-3. That was 39 degrees. That was the weather then until 1997 when that record broke. 1989, remember the earthquake in San Francisco, 6.9 register cancels the 3rd game of the World Series. Unfortunately, it killed 67 people. 1992, the first World Series featuring a non-American team, the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Atlanta Braves. Birthdays today. 1924, Don Coryell, Hall of Fame coach for the San Diego Chargers, was born in Seattle, Washington. Happy birthday to the late Jim Gillian, in 1928, Major League Baseball player and coach, National League Rookie of the Year for the Dodgers, was born in Nashville, Tennessee. 1957, Steve McMichael, NFL Hall of Famer defensive tackle for the Chicago Bears, was born in Houston, Texas. Happy birthday, 1966, to Danny Ferry, former Duke Blue Devil basketball player, NBA forward, and champion for the San Antonio Spurs, was born in Hyattsville, Maryland. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a chill, cool night here in the Queen City of Charlotte. The Yankees are threatening, but they got runners on 2nd and 3rd. With how many outs? No outs. So the Yankees are trying to put some insurance runs on the board to make it real difficult. Look like this game is good. Either way, look like this game is going to end. But right now they're threatening with 2nd and 3rd, nobody out.
Well, we got one out now.
Oh, they got 1 out. Okay, so it must be a little tape delay there. Okay, so yeah, 1 out, just sort of strikeout.
Yeah,
and that's sports.
Yeah. Well, something, I'm kind of happy. Before coming on the air, right? I was getting ready to, just before I was starting to come over, in front of the camera, right? That's when Aaron Judge hit that home run, hit that 2-run home run.
Yeah, that was something. The closer came in with 1 out, and they had walked up. They walked Juan Soto, I believe, and Aaron Judge was about to come in, and 2 strikes, and they had their top reliever had two strikes on him, and just like the announcer has said it, or the commentator said, the best way to that what Aaron Judge is going to have, he's not going to be able to pull the ball. He's going to have to go to the opposite field because this pitcher throws hard, so you're not going to get around that fastball. And sure enough, he just yanked it out on the right field, and the game was tied up. And then Stanton came up next, 2 strikes, 2 outs, hit a home run to right center field. Yankees ahead 4-3, and that's where we stand right now.
Yeah, Yankees they always do the threatening at the last minute, at the 11th hour, which I'll take it. I'll take it, because I'm thinking the whole time I'm watching the game. Well, the Yankees, they scored the first run at the very beginning of the game, right? They had, 1 run, and then ever since then, the Cleveland Guardians, man, they've been stealing bases, and doing a lot of things. And I'm thinking to myself, why don't the Yankees play? I said, boys, why don't you play like as if you were playing at Yankee Stadium? Because I think it's psychological. They always say the terminology you always hear is the home advantage, right? The team advantage, right? And when the teams go back to their home, their rooters or their fans are always hoping that, of course, they're going to win. But I think it's psychological, though, don't you think?
No, I do believe in the home field advantage because you want to get your crowd in, just like at City Field. I mean, with the Mets play, those are some crazy fans. I mean, if you ever go to Philadelphia, forget it. It's even crazy. I think home field advantage or home court advantage in basketball, I think it has some kind of meaning to it, But if you're a great team, it doesn't phase the opposition. You got to be really, really good for that to for that to really get to you. As an update, the Mets and the Dodgers are tied 1-1, top of the second. So that's where we stand. Don't touch that dial. We stay right here.
I want to keep my fingers crossed for the Mets. Now they're not doing so well right now in the series because they were one apiece until last night, and now they're like they're not doing bad, but they're like they just lost that game last night, so they play tonight. Who knows? They may tie it up again.
They must win tonight.
Yeah,
it's a must win for the Mets. The Mets cannot go to be afford to go down 3-1 going back to Los Angeles.
Yeah,
they tie it up 2-2 going, and then it becomes a 2 out of 3 series, and then we just take it from there. So that's where we're at right now. But it's going to be really tough. Mary, Barbara, are y'all watching the game? I just hope you're watching the game. I'm sorry if this is sports here, but this is that time of the year. So But anyway, just stay tuned here, though. I'll just give you the update and everything. We'll be off at 9:00.
And of course, we're not going to leave out football. I mean, there's a lot to be played on football too. I mean, I'm still, of course, I'm the Minnesota Vikings. You're Dallas Cowboys, so
Yeah.
And then Vegas, they have a football team in Vegas.
The Raiders, yeah.
I wonder if Barbara likes the Raiders or does Barbara? I don't know if Barbara's listening or not, but I was wondering if she likes sports at all. But they do have a football team, and they do.
They used to be in Oakland. Now they're in Las Vegas.
Yeah, right. And they still have a baseball team in Vegas too, but it's a minor league. I think it's a Met minor league team.
Yeah, and starting next year, the Oakland A's, who's now leaving Oakland, is going to Vegas. Yeah. So Oakland is in a turmoil right now because here it is, the Raiders left,
mm-hmm.
the Oakland A's just left, and the Golden State Warriors moved from Oakland to San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
So now Oakland has no kind of sports team for their city.
Yankees, Ryan, I had to break in there. Yankees 5-3.
Hey, yeah. 5-3. Okay. Look like
I
this.
feel a little more comfortable now. I feel a little more comfortable.
I bet you do. Yeah.
I really do, So I'm going to go off the air a happy man tonight. But then, when I get off, I'm going to, tune into the Mets as well.
Of course.
But then, when I get
Yeah.
off, you want to get back to the sports. I'm not going to hold you any longer. Do we catch you back here tomorrow?
Yes, you will. You'll see me tomorrow. And there's Thursday night football.
Ah, yes, indeed. That's right. Thursday night football. And you can see Thursday night football, I believe, on
Prime time. Prime video.
right. So if you guys are looking for local action on your TV for Thursday night football, forget about it. As they say in Brooklyn, forget about it. It's not going to happen. They're taking all of the sports off of regular TV. Everything is being
Money.
yeah.
About money.
Yeah, and so we're forced to do that. We're forced to go there.
Yeah.
We're all forced to take cable. A lot of people didn't want to take cable when it first came out.
Yeah, that's why the Mike Tyson fight is going to be on Netflix live.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Brian, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they do live programming on Netflix. I didn't know that up
I
until
didn't know that either. I did not know that either. But for sports, I think they're going to do that for sports now.
Yeah, up until I only found that out when I discovered that the WWE is moving off of regular TV and going to Netflix starting the beginning of the year.
Yeah, there you go, right there.
So
I think it's going to be for all sporting events. You're going to see live stuff on Netflix because you got it already on Prime Video. Peacock is another streaming service that they having sports on too. So goodbye cable.
I know. Okay. Well, Brian, look, I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you'll be here tomorrow morning, and we'll see you then for more of your sports. You got a lot of sports action. Maybe we can talk more about this tomorrow as well. And see
okay. I'd like to say goodnight to Mary and to Barbara, and see you tomorrow, God's willing.
Okay. Take care of yourself.
Take care.
Hey, that's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports update. He comes here each week and brings us sports. He will be back tomorrow, as he already said, on the coffee hour, and hope that you'll be here too. So those of you who are watching sports, you can do what I'm doing. There's a monitor on the side of me, that I'm monitoring at the same time. So I don't get to enjoy it, like sit down and have some popcorn or some candy or anything. I'm not enjoying it that way right now because I'm here with you. But there's a lot of sports action happening. So we're so glad to be with you. And just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. We're talking back live to everybody. And I'm glad that all of my friends are here, like Barbara, Mary, and there's a lot of people out there on Instagram that I see. I only speak to the people who actually say something out of respect. That's a respect. You know how some people want to keep privacy going. They may want to watch the show, but they don't want to say anything. And so out of respect, you don't want to rope them into anything that they possibly may shy away from, right? So, if you have anything to say, I will talk back to you live here. We'll talk back to you live here. So that's it. And did I say earlier the name of the show was called The Coffee Hour? Did I say that accidentally? Well, if I said that accidentally, no, I was wrong. It's Talk Back Live. Anyway, we're talking back live to all of you, and I think it's about that time, right? I think it's about that time. We had sports. We talked a lot about sports right now, so I think it's about that time to go back in time on this day in history. And on this day in history in 1934, the Aldrich Family premieres on radio. On this day in history, 1939, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, starring James Stewart and Jean Arthur, is released. On this day in history, in 1955, Lee Merriweather joins the Today Show panel. On this day in history, in 1957, musical film Jailhouse Rock, starring Elvis Presley, premieres in Memphis, Tennessee. On this day in history, 1962, the Beatles make their live television debut, appearing on Manchester's local People and Places program, performing Some Other Guy, and their latest hit at that time was Love Me Do. And also, the following year, 1963, the Beatles recorded I Want to Hold Your Hand at EMI Studios in London. Back in 1965, WBMG TV, Channel 42 in Birmingham, Alabama, a CBS station, begins broadcasting. Back in 1967, the musical Hair premieres on Broadway. In 1967, Barbara Streisand stars on Belle of 14th Street. That was a special on CBS. Back in 1968, Bullet, starring Steve McQueen and Jacqueline Bisset, is first released. In 1970, Anwar Sadat was sworn in as the third president of Egypt. In 1972, Chuck Berry, with his song My Ding-a-Ling, hit number one. In 1974, Don't Bother Me, I Can't Cope, closed at the Playhouse Theater in New York City after 1,065 performances. And back in 1978, U.S. President Jimmy Carter presents Congressional Medal to singer Marian Anderson. In 1979, Mother Teresa of Calcutta was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. In 1989, Columbia Records releases Storm Front, a single by a singer and songwriter Billy Joel. That was the 11th studio album. In 1991, news anchor Bree Walker Lempley files an FCC complaint that LA radio KFI-AM personality attacked her just because she was discussing of her deformed baby. In 2005, people could be so cruel. 2005, the Colbert Report, hosted by Steve Colbert, that's the Colbert Report, hosted by Steve Colbert, first airs on TV in the US. In 2015, Amy Schumer's comedy special, Amy Schumer Live at the Apollo, premieres on HBO. Playwright Arthur Miller was born on this day in 1915 in New York City. He died February 10th, 2005 at the age of 89 years old. His death was caused by heart failure after a battle against cancer, pneumonia, and congestive heart disease. Actress Rita Hayworth was born on this day in 1918 in New York City. She died May 14th, 1987 at the age of 68 years old from Alzheimer's disease. And actor Montgomery Clift was born on this day in 1920 in Omaha, Nebraska. He died July 23rd, 1966 at 45 years old from a heart attack. In 1921, actor John Poston was born in Columbus, Ohio. He died 2007. In 1926, actress Beverly Garland was born in Santa Cruz, California, and she died at the year 2008. Motorcyclist Daredevil Evel Knievel was born on this day, 1938, in Butte, Montana. He was born November 30th, he died 2007 at the age of 69 years old from pulmonary disease. In 1942, Gary Puckett of Gary Puckett and the Union Gap was born in Hibbing, Minnesota. He's 82 years old today. In 1948, George Wend, I would say, he played Norm in Cheers. He was born in Chicago, Illinois. He's 76 years old today. In 1948, actress Margot Kidder was born in Yellowknife, Canada. She died 2018. In 1950, what a year that was. 1950, actor Howard Rollins was born in Baltimore, Maryland, and he died in 1996. Astronaut Mae Jemison was born on this day in 1956 in Decatur, Alabama. She's 68 years old today. Rapper Eminem was born on this day in 1972 in St. Joseph, Missouri. He's 52 today. In 1749, who remembers that? 1749, U.S. Revolutionary Samuel Adams. Now, you may not know Samuel Adams, but Samuel Adams weds Elizabeth Checkley. In 1945, actress Ava Gardner weds bandleader Artie Shaw in Hollywood. They got divorced in 1946. In 1952, country music legend Hank Williams weds Billie Jean Jones in Midland, Louisiana. In 1968, jazz trumpeter Quincy Jones. Yeah, he was a trumpeter. Quincy Jones, we know him. He weds actress Ula Anderson. In 1975, Bee Gees Maurice Gibbs weds Yvonne Spenceley. In 1982, singer and actor Robert Goulet weds his Macedonian business partner and manager, artist and writer Vera Novak in Las Vegas, Nevada. In 1987, actress Ruby Dandridge. She is the mother of Dorothy Dandridge. She dies at the age of 87 years old. In 1991, singer-actor Tennessee Ernie Ford dies of liver cancer at the age of 72. In 2007, comedian Joey Bishop dies at 89. In 2007, singer Teresa Brewer dies at the age of 76. In 2008, lead singer Levi Stubbs of the Four Tops dies at the age of 72. In 2019, politician Elijah Cummings dies at the age of 68. And finally, 2023, jazz pianist Carly Bley, or you could pronounce it Bly. She dies of brain cancer at the age of 87 years old. And so we wish those who are celebrating birthdays, who are still with us, and those who are not with us, we salute you and acknowledge you anyway. That's it for entertainment right now. Those of you, by the way, I always ask you if you would like, I hope you do, if you'd like to get together and have conversation with us. Of course, we're always able to talk to you, like I'm talking to Barbara and I'm talking to Mary. They're here with us. I'm so glad they're here with us. Keep me company. Keep me company. Stay with us, all right, for the balance of the show. Name of the show is called Talk Back Live. And those of you who are just joining us for the first time, don't make it your last time. Stay with us. Mickey Jones out of Raleigh, North Carolina is out there as well. Say hello to Mickey. And a great evening to you, a great morning to some, and great afternoon to some other people, and to people on the other side of the world, a pleasant good morning. We love having you out here with us. Stay with us. And we're going to have a good time for the rest of the show. What I was getting ready to say, now, those of you who like to indulge in conversation, we really would appreciate it. Now, some don't, as I say, some just like to sit back, relax, and just enjoy the show and take it easy. I can't believe this. Tied up. Yankees tied it up. They're tied up again, 5-5. I'm going crazy. Anyway, get back to the show. Those of you who would like to get in touch with me personally, I wouldn't mind. As a matter of fact, I appreciate it and I would encourage it. I have two sources that you can do. You can email me or give me a call. All right. Brian is over there laughing. I'm going crazy, pulling out what little hair I have left. I don't have much. Okay, so anyway, you can give us a call, give us an email. Let me give you the email address first. The email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. The telephone number, okay, is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Now, those of you who get in touch with us, you can do it. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We never sleep. At least the internet and the telephones, they never sleep. You can call anytime. Leave a message if you call, leave a message. And the same thing on the email. Now, you can call for any reason. You can email for any reason. You could say, hey, I just emailed because I just wanted to say hi, I saw the show. Maybe you want to critique the show, which, by the way, we always encourage because we like to know where you stand with us and we stand with you. So, yes, sure, you can do that. And also, maybe you have some kind of suggestion for the show, saying, I don't know, maybe you want to be on the show? You want to come on the show with me? Is that what you want to do? You want to come all the way out of Vegas to come on this show? Or do you want to do it by Zoom? Whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever. That's a pretty good idea. Talk to some of the viewers, if they want to, maybe once each week, bring a viewer on so you can actually see them. That would be great. I don't know. What do you think about that? I don't know. For you guys who are in there now, what do you think about that? Let me know. Anyway, So you can do all of that. You know, you want to talk baseball, football, basketball, anything you want to talk about, you can email me or write me, or it doesn't matter. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you that email address once again. The email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. All right. I give you that because it's a very important detail, because you could spell Allan's like a couple of ways. All right. So my way is Allan. Prod is Prod. That's short for productions. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Or you can call 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. I hope you get a chance to do that. And go Yankees. Come on, do better. You know, they're driving me crazy. Okay, well, you heard in the news today, right? You heard in the news today, we got to find out where it stands. You heard Hamas, the leader of Hamas, was killed by the IDF. You heard about that today. Now we got to figure out, where does that leave Hamas, or where does that lead with I don't know, Israel. You know, we're praying for Israel big time. You know, the news is out. You know, I turned off the news. I was watching the news earlier today. But when the Yankee game came on, I just canceled that. You know, so I have to go back and find out more about it. But you guys are wise. You guys out there, you could lead me to something that I don't know about that. You know, what's the furthest developments on Hamas? You know, and so the leader, you can pronounce it different ways. So you could pronounce it Yahya Sinwar. Yahya Sinwar. You know, that's the way I see it. All right, Yahya Sinwar. Yahya Sinwar. Well, he was a leader. Now, he was missing for a year. Did you know that? He was missing for a year. Now, I don't know if they actually set out to get him today, because he was missing for a year. Nobody knew where he was. You know, like other, I guess, people who are, I guess they went underground. They found refuge underground, and he must have stayed there for a year. You know, the terrorists do that, you know. So they found him, and, you know, they started firing, but then fire came back and killed a couple of people down in that tunnel or that basement, wherever they were hiding. And they weren't sure who it was, and they found out one of the bodies was truly the leader of Hamas, and now he's gone. So now, what does that leave us? Where does that leave Israel? Where does that leave Hamas? You know, the story goes on. We don't know just yet, but let me check with anybody who possibly would know that. I would like to know myself, being that I was watching the Yankee game all of this time. But, you know, I will get back into it. But tomorrow, I guess when I come on the air, I'll know more about it and I could talk more about it. But that's the latest in the news today, you know. So stay in touch with the news. Sometimes the news can be so depressing where you can say, oh, you know, look, I don't want to talk about it. You ever feel that way, ladies and gentlemen? You know, as you guys already know, you guys watch me for a while. You already know, and I said it so many times, that I do not watch the news on the weekends. The news is off limits on the weekend. No news. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to watch it. I'll go back to it on Monday. I'll find out more what's happening, find out all the developments later. But sometimes the news can be so depressing, you know, that you don't want to like get involved. So I'll cut it off. Friday evening, no news. Saturday, no news. Sunday, no news. And then I'll go back on Monday when things are normal. But then when it gets too overwhelming and too overbearing, at that, it goes off again. All right. It's good to have a lot of things that you can rely on if the news is not your thing. Everyone doesn't watch the news, but it's good to know that you can rely on a lot of things, right? Other than that. Okay, I mentioned earlier in the show, and I'm going to do it now. The reason why I'm going to do it over again is because I want to give you a few more details. As I already told you, we have 19 days left before that glorious day, that marvelous day, that election day. As I said, election day is November 5th. That's a Tuesday, and that's about what, 19 days 3 weeks away, something like that. Time is it's flying fast. Before you know, you wake up the next day, it's election day. Okay, the point is, you can do a lot of things. You can vote by mail. A lot of people do that, particularly a lot of senior citizens when they can't actually go out there like that. Like what Jimmy Carter did, he couldn't, he can't get around anymore, so he had to vote by mail. You could do the same thing too. You could be disabled or not, and you can vote by mail. All you have to do is contact your local board of elections, and they will give you all the information you need to know. And again, there's early voting in 39 states. It's already been in effect. People are voting right now, and early voting starts here in New York on the 26th, which is right around the corner. And so you can do that. The main thing is that you get out and vote. That's the most important thing. That's on November 5th. Some people just want to wait until November 5th. I talk to a lot of people. They say, oh, no, I don't want to do early voting, or I don't want to vote by mail. I'm going to wait to actually November 5th. Now, some people do early voting for, different reasons. They want to beat the crowd. And you could do that. That's a good reason to do it. You can beat the crowd, or you just want to get it out of the way, one or the other. And people do it, like I said, do it by mail because they don't want to go out in the crowd. They want to do nothing. They want to stay home, watch TV, and don't be part of the world at all. But anyway, any kind of information you want to know about voting, you call or get in touch with your local board of elections. Now, everyone's from different cities, different parts of the country. You know where your board of election is. I don't know that, all right? And if you don't, all you have to do is go on the computer and Google it and find out for yourself. It's very easy. You can find out. And once you find that out, you can get in touch with them. You could either email them, or you can call them, or you could show up, right? And any information that you want to know, whether it's knowing where your voting place, your voting poll is, some people don't know that, and they have to find that out. They can tell you exactly where that is. All you have to do is tell them what district you're in. You give them your street address or whatever, and they can look it up right there. They can tell you exactly where your voting poll is, right? Understand something else too. If you do early voting, whether you do early voting or you vote on November 5th, keep in mind that it doesn't necessarily mean that just because you vote early, if you vote early, that your poll may not be the same polling place as the one on the 5th. So keep that in mind. Find out when you call them. Find out about that when you call them. Now, for those of you who live in New York, right, I have information for you. I have the information for you that I'm going to give to you, and I'm going to do this up until election day. The Board of Elections here in New York City, all you have to do is go there. It's in Manhattan. It's 200 Varick Street. 200 Varick Street. It's on the 10th floor. All right. And you can go there and you can ask any questions you want. Or you can call them. They have a telephone number as well. The telephone number is 212-886-2100. Okay, that's 212-886-2100. Again, no question is a dumb question when it comes to voting. You want to know where your voting poll is? You want to know that location? They have it for you. You want to get the ballot in the mail? 19 days. I don't know. That's not a lot of days. You could still do it. Or maybe you could actually show up and get the ballot from them. I don't know how that works. I've never done that before. But maybe you could just show up and get the ballot. Or, as I said, you could just wait until November 5th. Now, if you feel that you won't be able to get the ballot in the mail in time, don't fret about it. Just sacrifice and go out there on November 5th, and then you start your voting. All right. The most important things, ladies and gentlemen, is you have to get out there and vote. This is a time where you have to really do it, and people are out there doing it, getting ready, getting set to do it. So a lot of people have voted already. But so I'm going to give you that for New Yorkers. I'm going to give you the address once again. It's 200 Varick Street in New York, 200 Varick Street. And how do you spell Varick? That's V-A-R-I-C-K, V-A-R-I-C-K, Varick Street. And that's in New York City. They're on the 10th floor. You go down there, they're on the 10th floor. And better yet, it's better you to call them at this particular time. 212-886-2100. That's 212-886-2100. Okay, do that. Well, here we are. I didn't mention it earlier, but I do have movies for you this week. You know, we get out there and I have for your weekend, because the weekend is coming up, right? That's what you look forward to, the weekend. Everyone looks forward to the weekend. So it's coming up. And during the weekend, you have so many things that you want to do. And maybe there's certain things that you won't get a chance to do. Or maybe the weather, depending wherever you are, maybe the weather isn't inclement. That'll keep you in the house. That's a good time to catch up on some old movies, right? You can do that. And so I have three this week. So I want to get started right away with them. This one I like so much. I've seen it 1,000 times, 1 billion times, 1 zillion times. I don't count anymore, right? You ever see a movie that you could see forever and ever, like, and it doesn't, and it's like just watching it new for the first time. Anyway, this one goes back to 1991. Malcolm X. That's the Spike Lee movie. Denzel Washington, Angela Bassett, Albert Hall, and Spike Lee. That's on Turner Classic Movies, and you could see that Saturday at 2:15 a.m. Eastern. Ouch, a.m., 2 a.m. That's Saturday night, Sunday morning. All right. Now, listen, don't fret. If you're not up that late, you don't want to be up that late, or maybe you're out on the town, right? Maybe, DVR it. Watch it late at your own convenience. DVR it, record it, and then watch it at any time you like after that. But again, that's Saturday at 2:15 a.m. Eastern. And that's on Turner Classic Movies. Here's a horror movie that goes back, I don't know how old you guys are, but this goes back to 1960, and it's called Village of the Damned. That's a great horror movie about these kids who have these X-ray eyes and they light up. Things. Oh, you got to see it. It's 1960, starring George Sanders, Barbara Shelley, and Michael Gwynn. And it's a classic movie. They don't show this movie often. So get a chance to see it. You'll see it. And you can see it Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. That's Village of the Damned. Okay? You check it out then. You like Humphrey Bogart? Well, Humphrey Bogart, he's one of my favorites, sweetheart. Anyway, The Big Sleep from 1946. Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, and Martha Vickers. And you can see that this Sunday on Turner Classic Movies at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's a great movie, and I think you would like it. Now, also, you can go to Turner Classic Movies and check out some movies that maybe I didn't mention, but you could see something there that you might like, and you want to add it to your collections. DVR, if you don't get a chance to see it in real time, and watch them later. Okay? You could also, while you're there, go on Turner Classic Movies. You could also go on demand, right? They have a lot of great free movies that you can watch from A to Z. And I mean a lot of them. You can watch them and see what you like. Pick them out. On demand, they have the pay-per-view movies, very brand new movies, and movies that were recently in there. And you could pay. The only difference is that you don't enjoy the ambiance of people around you, right? So you can do that. Also, you have a lot of great documentaries, and you have a lot of great sporting events and children's programs and all of those things available. And everybody, as I said, too, are streaming. So there's a lot to do. And I know you could find the sources. You're very resourceful. You could find all the information and entertainment that you want. So let me give you these movies one more time. Malcolm X, Denzel Washington, Angela Bassett, Albert Hall, and Spike Lee. That's Saturday at 2:15 a.m. Eastern. Village of the Damned with George Sanders, Barbara Shelley, Michael Gwynn. Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And The Big Sleep with Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, and Martha Vickers. That's on Turner Classic Movies, all on Turner Classic Movies. And that's Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I do hope you get a chance to enjoy these movies. I kid you not. I don't stare you wrong. I never stare you wrong. So get out there and enjoy them, all right? That's going to wrap it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. I am going crazy. I'm going to get back to this game. But I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for the coffee hour. Brian Camp is going to be along with me as well. And he's got the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Updates, so you'll get a chance to talk to him then. And then you can meet me back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. for more of Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be here once again as well, and he will bring you the latest developments in today's world of sports. Whatever your team, I hope they win. The Yankees go. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and a pleasant good night to each and every one of you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
You've been watching Talk Back Live with your host Frank Allan. The producer is Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.